Hi, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with us before, welcome back. And if you just slid by, saw the title, decide to click on, welcome. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all saw the title. Y'all know what it is. Yes, it is story time. If you're new to my channel, that's what I love to do here. I do story times, vlogs, tips and tricks, everything dealing with travel. That's what we do here, except now for the lives, because look like the lives, we've just been chit chatting and talking about some tea and some drama and all that kind of great stuff on the tube. So, with that being said, today we're going to go back to our roots, what we like to do, and that is a story time. Now, before we start the story time, y'all, let me give y'all some backstory on this story time. Me and hubby was at a resort, and literally, this was a party resort, like a true party resort. Okay, so yeah, we had been partying a lot during that resort. We had been going to all the parties, all the pool parties, all the night parties. We had just been going to the parties, right? So this particular day, we were just tired. So that just gives y'all some backstory on how we were feeling that day. All right, bet. Let me start it off for y'all that day. That day, me and hubby got up, I want to say about 9 o'clock. Now, we got to the resort the day before. So of course, when you travel, that travel day is kind of like bleh. But because it was a party resort, it was lit, right? So we decided to hit the pool right after we checked into our hotel room, got our room key, um, and we decided, y'all, I had to take a brief intermission. I don't know what was going on, but it's just like everything just started flashing. But anywho, where were we? Um, okay, that's where we were. So the night our butler had made, the night of us arriving, which you kind of jet lagged and tired and everything. So he had already made our reservation pretty early. So our reservation was for like, I want to say like 6:30, something like that. So we had to leave the party, but the party was still partying, right? So we went ahead, got dressed to go to dinner. So we went to dinner, and after dinner, at about 10 o'clock, they have a show, and it's like dancing and stuff like that. So we went ahead and went to the coffee shop after we left the restaurant so we could get a coffee, and then we went to sit at the bar to wait for um, the show. So we did all that, and by this time, I think once we got to the show part, it was probably about 9 o'clock. So we were sitting up there waiting for it to start and drinking and talking and laughing with the bartender and everybody that was out there, right? So ish, right? So we really getting tired. Oh, okay, it's back. So we really getting tired. We falling asleep at the bar, stuff like that, right? It's like really a lot for us to try to keep our eyes open because we had been traveling all day. So we decided to go back to our room and call it a night. So we didn't get to see the show, but we heard it. Our room was literally right next to the stage. So when we got back to our room, we literally couldn't go to sleep because the music was so loud, everything was going on. So we decided to go back out there about maybe 1 o'clock, right? But we were still tired. But we was like, you know what? We ain't gonna be able to sleep because they making too much noise. Let's just go ahead and head back out there. So we did, and we stood out there till about 2, maybe 3 o'clock. So when we get back to our room, by this time the music starts to slow down. It's not as loud. The people not it's not as crowded. So when we got back to our room, we went to sleep. So we went to sleep, and about I want to say about 10 a.m. we woke up. We woke up and was like, oh shoot. When you go to resorts, you got to put your towels on the chairs if you want to get good chairs, right? So we jump up, and hubby really liked their bread pudding at this resort. So, not bread pudding, French toast. So he was like, "Oh shoot, we got to make it to get the French toast, and we got to put our towels on the chairs." So we jump up, and we actually it was going on 10 o'clock. So we jump up, we get dressed, and we run down to put our towels down and to go get our bread pudding. And y'all probably was like, "Okay, so what's so dramatic about that?" We ain't got there yet, y'all. So after we did that and had breakfast, we went and sat down on the our chairs by the pool because the pool started getting lively that early. So after breakfast, we sat down there at the pool, and then Hubbard was like, "You know what? Let's go sit on the beach because it was kind of loud and lively at the pool, but the beach was kind of serene, and we could sleep on the beach chairs, right?" So that's what we did. So we went on the beach side and we started chilling and, you know, um, dozed off on the beach. So about maybe 1 o'clock or so, hubby was like, "Okay." He went into the water and everything, came out the water, and he was like, "You know what? Since because we just couldn't, we was not getting right that day. Okay, we was just that tired." So he said, "How about we go back to our room and, get some sleep? Because obviously we just gonna stay on this beach sleeping and they loud, we tired, it's just gonna annoy us still because we was kind of annoyed." So I said, "Okay, sure." So we got our stuff to head back to our hotel room. But as we were walking back to our hotel room, our butler came up and he was like, "Hey, let me make your reservations, yada, 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 right?" So it was like, "Okay, we want to eat at the steakhouse, right?" And so the bartender was like, "Oh man, the steakhouse is totally booked tonight." So I was like, "Oh man." So he was like, "Dang, I really want a steak." So I was like, "Well, what do you do? What other options do they have tonight?" He said, "Well, they have the Italian place tonight and they have this other restaurant tonight." So we decided on let's do an Italian. So he's like, "Okay, cool." So he went ahead, made our reservation, and told us as soon as we can get reservations will be 9 o'clock. So I was like, "All right, bet." So as we were walking to go back to our room, um, they were having a party, a game that they were playing at the pool. So I was like, "Come on, hubby, let's sit back and watch the game. 'Cause our reservation's not till 9 o'clock tonight. It's 1:30. We could sit out here, kind of listen to them a little bit more, grab lunch, something like that." And he was like, "Okay, bet." So we went back and we sat down to watch the game as they were playing whatever game they were playing. So as we watching that, laughing and everything like that, we both start dozing off. So hubby was like, "You know what? Bump this. Let's go to our room." So I said, "Okay, bet." So we go to our room and literally we get back in our room because it was so hot and everything. We decided, okay, you know what? We just gonna put this out on, chillax, and watch a movie. you know. And so I said, "I'm gonna go take a shower because I've been laying by that pool. I'm hot. I just need a shower." So I went and took a shower. When I came out the shower, hubby was falling asleep. So he said, "You know what? Let me get up, take a shower too, because we just don't want to sleep our vacation away, right?" So he got up, went to the shower too. When he came out the shower, I was knocked out sleeping. So he went ahead, lay down. He knocked out sleep. So by this time, we're sleeping, right? But we're not sweating it because our reservation's not till late on at night. We really wasn't hungry. We was more tired than anything, right? So we went to sleep and we slept till about 9:30. No, no, I take that back. We slept till about 6:30. And I was about to say 9:30 because we did wake up and go back to sleep. But something happened in between that. At 6:30, we got up and hubby was like, "Man, I really could eat me some steak." So I was like, "Well, let's see what room service had." I'm going on a room service. So they have flank steak. So I was like, "Bam, give me some steak." I was like, "Bam." And I'm gonna get me some fries and a hamburger. And I was like, maybe that'll wake us up. We'll be ready to roll, right? So we ordered that or whatever, and we kind of dozing back off. So as soon as we getting good into the sleep, the door knocks and it's our food. So we get our food or whatever. And so we decided, you know what, let's just have it in the bed because we both still dead dog tired, right? So we sitting there and we eating our food. And the next thing I know, I feel hubby hit me, like, really like hit me, like grab me, hit me. And I like looked over at him like, and he like grabbing his throat, like literally he's choking, right? So I like grabbed him, like I don't know what to do at this point. I like grabbed him because I can't get my arms around him to do the behind me because we on the bed, right? So I grabbed him to push him over, like to have him go across the bed so I could kind of like hit him behind or whatever. And when I did that, like the way he laid, like I know I couldn't get hubby is he's a big, he's a buff dude. So I go to swing the door open, like to like scream down the hallway for somebody to kind of help me, like to help me lift him so I could kind of like, you know, get him. And before I could do that, hubby kind of like, I don't know how he did it, but he got the meat. It was the steak stuck in his throat, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you that was like the scariest thing, especially because when you lax, like kind of in the bed, like, and it happens, like, the only thing I could think of is like have him like halfway off the bed so I could kind of like reach around him, but I really couldn't because my arms wasn't as long to reach around him. So I just like, and luckily our bed was like the door was like right here and our bed was like right here. So literally I could just reach and grab the door. And as I reached to grab the door, there was people right outside the door. But because hubby kind of like got the chicken out, the steak out of his mouth. And because he was like, I'd be damn if I die and somebody say I had a piece of meat stuck in my throat. So it was, when I tell you, it was like one of the scariest moments of my life, right? To the fact that we don't order flank steaks when we go to a resort. Okay, okay. But yeah, that was most terrifying, one of the most terrifying things that have ever happened to us on vacation, y'all. So if you have a story that happened to you on vacation that was very terrifying, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Tell me what actually happened. And yeah, and hopefully y'all can come on down to our group travel because we're going on, we're hosting a group trip either to New Orleans or Aruba. And if you're interested, please hit us down in the comments that you're interested. We'll hit you up. Or you can go to our Facebook couple. It is Affordable Couples Travel, Key to Travel. And we'll go ahead and get y'all all booked in to see us. And yeah, this is Key, and I'm with Key to Travel. And thank you for watching. And hopefully, you enjoyed that story time. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in my next video.